I've been back in New York City for most of this summer, but now summer is over and it's starting to get cold. So I bought a cheap flight to Puerto Rico, packed my stuff, and headed off to one of my favorite islands. Now, this is my 5th time to Puerto Rico, and I haven't been in a few years. Mainly, this is due to after Hurricane Maria 2 years ago.
Hurricane Maria slamming into the island, and as you heard, one official saying the island is destroyed. 150-mile-an-hour winds ripping buildings apart, knocking out power everywhere. All of the electricity is out tonight.
This left the island without power for months, and tourism dropped by nearly 85%. But now, the island is back and more vibrant than ever, which is why I wanted to share with you guys 7 unbelievable places on this incredible island. First up, you're likely going to be landing in the country's capital, San Juan. And within that is the historic district of Old San Juan. Filled with colorful colonial Spanish buildings, this town is a must-see with a ton of culture and right on the sea. We got an Airbnb right in the heart of the city and loved every second of it. So it is 6 a.m. here in San Juan, Puerto Rico, and we just witnessed one of the best sunrises I have ever seen on this island. Definitely the best way to start our day here in Puerto Rico. Not really sure I know what the purpose of these umbrellas are, but if it does start raining, this is probably the spot to be. Alright, so today is a new day, and we have a surprise special appearance. My homie Dylan Collins just flew out. He saw that we were here, bought a flight, and came out super last minute, and I'm excited that he's going to be joining us for the next few days here in Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico!
And we are about to arrive at El Yunque Rainforest, which is the only
In
national...
3.8 miles, turn right onto Pedera 191.
El Yunque is the only tropical rainforest in the United States and one of the oldest reserves in the Western Hemisphere. The forest is filled with many species and plenty of trails to explore. Alright, so we were just at that castle viewpoint, and as we were about to drive away, my homie Jack said, "What's up? What are the chances two New York City people in the middle of the rainforest in Puerto Rico run into each other?" So now he's coming with us to go find... It's a pool, Chris?
Mini waterfall.
Yeah, I just leave all the directions up to Chris. Oh, there it is. And a lot of El Yunque has been closed after the hurricane, and it's kind of hard to get to some places. I think some of the waterfalls are actually closed, but even this one we're going to right now, you can see it has some trees that fell over, but that's not gonna stop us from finding this waterfall. Oh boy. Now I get why they call it a jungle gym. After about a 5-minute walk through that mudslide jungle, we made it here to the top of the waterfall. The one that was a bit down the hill, that one just was like a kiddie pool with a bunch of toddlers running around. But here, this one's a bit more difficult to get to, but it's less crowded and it's just a much cooler waterfall. You boys ready to take a dip?
Yeah, buddy.
When in Puerto Rico.
Would you guys look at this? It started raining in the rainforest. And it's like torrential raining right now. I didn't think it was because it was drizzling for a little bit. Then Jack's like, "Oh, we should probably like get going."
I said that.
Both of them, and I was like, "Nah, just be a little rain." But now it's like coming down cats and dogs. Oh baby, all of our stuff is getting soaked. But hey, we're in Puerto Rico. This is why I'm glad that we stayed, Chris. This is being one with nature right here. Having it pouring rain in the rainforest with this beautiful waterfall. It's time to make the most of this rain. finally we are getting some authentic Puerto Rican food. We got some empanadas and some mofongo. And also while we were at El Yunque, we met some people briefly and then they just so happened to be here at the restaurant. Eddie, you want to say what's up in my video? Get over here. Get over here. Get over here, Eddie. So this is Eddie. We met him briefly at El Yunque and he just so happened to be here. He already invited us to his high school reunion this Saturday.
You guys Ricans.
Very welcoming. So Eddie, thank you so much for having us on your island.
I hope. Hey, my island.
The next day, we woke up at 5 in the morning and witnessed one of the most magical sunrises I have ever seen. Good morning, guys. It is now 6:30 in the morning. We just drove about an hour to here to Finca de Girasol, which is this giant sunflower field, and we are just now waiting for the sun to come up. So I figured this would be a perfect time to thank our sponsor, Storyblocks Audio. If you are a filmmaker or YouTuber and don't want to get a copyright strike, then Storyblocks Audio is the place for you. They have a huge variety of songs and also sound effects. And personally, I love using their sound effects since that is what helps bring clips to life. It helps make the viewer feel like they're there with you. If you are interested in Storyblocks Audio, then you can click the link down below for more information. Also, I did want to mention that yesterday we came here to Location Scout to see what this place looked like and wanted to check it out before we came for sunrise and had to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning. We did get to talk to the owner yesterday. Was the nicest guy ever. He was telling us about how this used to be much bigger, but after Hurricane Maria, it kind of killed a lot of the crops off. But this is still the biggest and most beautiful sunflower field I have ever been to. It's B-roll time. Chris, let's go. Out of all the times that I've been to Puerto Rico, I have never known about this, but we just made it here to Las Salinas in Cabo Rojo, and the water here is pink. And legend has it that Christopher Columbus actually named this place himself. And this has been a place where they have been extracting salt for thousands of years. I think it said since 700 AD. And between the extraction of the salt and the way that the sun hits the water, and also there are shrimp in it, is why it's red. Interesting stuff. I've never seen anything like this before. Should we try and eat some shrimp?
I mean, I've never been a seafood guy, but when in Puerto Rico,
eat some red shrimp and some red sea. Wow, the water over there was like a light pink, but the one over here, this is like a straight up tickle me pink. This is vibrant.
Oh, Chris! What, are you okay?
Just a little salty.
In the heat from a hot California, I forgot how you looked like in rain. I swear I never thought it would matter if I'm gone by now. All my weakness keep on linger on repeat like it will be my favorite song. Oh, I know I should be moving.
We have been driving and haven't seen anyone on the road for the past like 15 minutes, driving past all these salt flats on these dirt roads that are a little rocky, but hopefully this leads us to a beautiful beach. We just made it here to the lighthouse here in Cabo Rojo, and this was once used so that boats could get through the southeastern part of the Caribbean Sea, but now it's just a beautiful landmark right on these limestone rocks with the ocean right here. Now, if you want to get down to the beach, you have to go down this sketchy rock formation turned into a staircase. But once you do, you have this incredible private beach all to yourself. Whoa, look at that.
He's like, dude, don't eat me.
I always remember in like 3rd grade that your teacher would give you that for a week and you'd have to take care of it. And hopefully you weren't the student that got it killed.
That was me.
That was definitely Dylan.
I never even got one. They were like, he doesn't get one.
We're trying to decide if we should try and go into this cave over here. The currents are kind of strong. But Dylan, I'm leaving it up to you. Should we do this?
I don't know, man. I always get hurt in situations like this, but it's never stopped me before. Is there anything to be afraid of, or is it the fear itself?
Just 2 bros chilling in a cave in Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico, we love you. Thanks for having us.
Next up, we headed to the northwestern part of Puerto Rico to the surf capital of the island, Rincon. This is a beautiful surf town with some of the best waves in the world, even if you're a beginner. So we just made it here to Maria Beach and we went to go rent surfboards right here, but it looks like they're closed. So we're gonna try calling this number and see if we can get some surfboards. Bueno? Perfecto. It's go time.
Those are some of the best and most powerful waves I've ever ridden in my life.
Not gonna lie, I got pretty lucky that the first wave I went to catch, I caught, but hopefully the Puerto Rican surf gods are on Chris's side too. Chris, you got this, man. I think he's a little nervous. He hasn't like said a word since he put the leash on.
Look around the Milky Way, lift yourself up on display. You're the only one who's got that walk. Take a hit, shake it off your feet.
Chris, please do not drown. Your mother would kill me. It's tough out there, right?
Yeah, you definitely need to know what you're doing.
You have fun though?
Unlike me. Yeah. A little tired.
I'm proud of you, Chris.
The inside. Hey, kid, make a sound.
Now for this next spot, we are here in Aguadilla, Puerto Rico, and this is an unbelievable beach, and I couldn't be more excited to be here because once we pulled into the parking lot, I saw that they have a skate pole right on the beach. So before we go and explore the rest of this part of Puerto Rico, gonna have to do a little session. The best and only way to cool off here in Puerto Rico is with a nice ice cold coconut. These are good. So to get to Survival Beach, the best way to get to it now is to come here to Surfers Beach, and then supposedly right here, we're gonna be able to hike to Survival Beach. We'll be the test dummies and let you guys know if we make it there. I also wanted to mention to you guys that I am sorry if a couple of these locations have poor audio. When we were in El Yunque, I think maybe the rain got into the camera because it's not the microphone, but the input on the camera won't let any other external audio record without it staticking, so hopefully this will make do for this video. Alright, back to this adventure. This whole entire walk has just been like a safari walking tour. There's so much marine life and natural Chris, I don't think you're supposed to be hiking that, dude.
Yo, the top is right here. I can see it.
Dang, you're a pretty good rock climber.
No sense in hiding now.
honestly one of the coolest hikes I've done in a while. You are just walking and there's so much wildlife just bumping around. There's even a dog right here and you're just overlooking the ocean. Hey pup! Is that your hiking buddy?
Yeah.
You have a better one than me. Sorry, Chris.
So deep the pages, so many.
And unfortunately, we are about 1 mile away from the airport, so we can't fly a drone, which I wish I could show you guys how beautiful this looks. It's kind of hard to showcase this while filming on this sketchy rock. Just know that this is totally worth coming out to this side of Puerto Rico too and doing this hike. Absolutely beautiful. Now things just got crazy. If you keep walking past the first secret beach and you make it here to, I believe this is the survival beach, this is well worth that extra 5-minute hike. You might have to walk through the water like we did, but we're about to try and climb up this massive rock, which is over the water right now. And the sunset's coming. Woo!
Do it!
Life is good. Puerto Rico. All right, I'm gonna put this down for a sec. This is absolutely beautiful. How do you feel, Chris?
Dude, I am fired up. This looks like out of like Avatar. And it's a 3-hour flight from New York City. Like, that's crazy.
This scares us anymore.
Puerto Rico has been the perfect escape. With being only a 3-hour flight from New York City, I will certainly be visiting this exotic paradise again.